we can start the video now. That was for a thumbnail. You guys are going to enjoy that. Hi all, thank you for watching. I think it's day 10 for me on the AT thus far. I'm loving it, and I really mean that. I really mean that. I'm loving it. It's been a good time out here. But I'm at the NOC right now, or Nantahala Outdoor Center, and this place is lovely. It might be looking like the lighting's pretty awful in here. It might be looking like I'm shooting some sort of hostage video or not, but I can tell you guys I'm not being held hostage here. I love it here. I got in here and I got a little tub of ice cream and a sun drop, and that was fantastic. I ate it down by like the little kayaking obstacle course, but neither here nor there. I'm getting off topic. Before I show you guys some of the videos and from my trek this far and how I've been doing and mileage, whatever, maps, this or that, I just like to discuss a couple things. I got a trail name. My name's Topo, and it's not because of the shoes, Topos, or the backpack company, even though those are lovely backpacks. I do want one. And I guess it's for 3 reasons. A degree in geography. I'm always looking at the map, and apparently I cruise up hills. And that's very sweet. I got my trail name from a fella named Shade, who was a little younger than me and scrawny as hell, and just cruised right past me. I hope he's doing well. And yeah, I'd like to also shout out a couple people, Nathan and Bobby. They did some trail magic for me early, I think on my second day when I posted my first 20 mile. I was hurting after that day a little bit. I wasn't ready to do that, but they were awesome. I got a Mountain Dew from them and a Nutty Buddy. And already day 2, I was wanting a Mountain Dew, so that was pretty awesome. And yeah, I'd like to thank Bobby again for picking me up at Franklin. I got some trekking poles because my body has been beat up by the trail thus far, and trekking poles are amazing, and I'm so glad that I have them now. But anyways, then me and Bobby went to a Mexican restaurant, and it was the best food I've ever had. This hiker hunger is already coming in, and I don't know. I'm also just, food tastes so much better. I'm excited to go wake up and eat breakfast tomorrow morning at the Knock. It is going to be so great. But yeah, I think that's about all I have for updates. Wait. I'm thinking. Oh, also, I'd like to shout out Tom. He's from the UK. He's a lovely guy. He returned my bag tag for me. I had lost it earlier that night when I was camping with him, Woodchuck, and Ranger Dan. He found it I think maybe like a mile out, but he returned it to me when I stayed at hostel at the Bend, and I'm just so appreciative of that. That's the one item I did not want to lose. And yeah, super stoked to have it again, and super stoked to show you guys my progress thus far, and a couple of video segments. So, okay, this is a little crude, but this will have to do because, again, I'm lazy, and it works for storytelling purposes. So, oh yeah, this is the AWOL's Guide, by the way. Lovely book. I like reading it. I like things. It's a cool thing. But here we are at the start. We're hold on. This is where I started because I did not do the approach trail. You know why? Because it's not a part of the trail and I don't have to. My mommy and daddy dropped me off. That was so sweet. But Springer Mountain. Signed the logbook here. Met Nani and her husband while we were up there, and hiked back to the car. Said goodbye to my folks, and I was on my way. Ended up hiking with this guy by the name of Coolio. That's his trail name, and he was section hiking. But he was fast. He was cruising. He went right past me. Stayed at Hawk Mountain Shelter that night. I don't have much to say. I just listened to music and talked Coolio through here. But stayed at Hawk Mountain Shelter. No mice that night. Good company. I think there were like 7 of us in that shelter. There are these brothers, I believe it is Max and Hayden, and this fella named John who was hiking with this little lap dog that he had. They're all nice, all characters though. And, oh yeah, this fella named Cam was there. I wonder how he's doing these days. And, that's where I first met, Rainbow and Mountain Goat. And I've continued to see them throughout the rest of the trail. And I'll probably see them again. So that was day 1. Thursday? Yeah. And then day 2, we started at Hawk Mountain Shelter. I think this is the biggest day that I had. Ate lunch at the Gooch Mountain Shelter because it has a funny name, and I couldn't help myself. I had to eat at the Gooch. And I think signed the logbook there, of course. Hiking. Oh yeah, Woods Gap is. I think that's where I first saw Bobby and Nathan. That's where I got the trail magic. So shout out them again. Then went up to Preaching Rock. That was a cool little place. And oh shoot. Yeah, then went up to Woods Hole Shelter. There were a bunch of, I think, relatives. They were just coming out and camping for the weekend. And they let me stay in the shelter with them. They had a fire. Also, 2 nights in a row where there was a fire already made. And yeah, it's just awesome. I love it when people make fires. And I don't have to. But next day, I went to Neil Gap Outfitter. Yeah. I went there and I got a new pair of shoes. I sent home my boots. Those are the shoes right there. The Ultra Boosts or whatever. And yeah. I don't think I have much to say, except I remember the climb out of there to be a challenge. That sucked a little bit. And then, oh yeah, that was the night I stayed at Low Gap Shelter, when I stayed with Tom, Woodchuck, and Ranger Dan. We all got along very well. I think that Tramley split up. Very sad, but it was a good night. I set up my tent there because we saw a mouse, and I cannot stand mice at all. They're disgusting little creatures, and I hate them. And, oh yeah, why I hate them is sometimes you go to Privy and you'll see them walking around in all that poop. And I just don't like the idea of poop mice crawling around on me. It's horrible. Horrible thought to have. But besides poop mice, that day, that was a pretty big day. I made up to Trey Mountain Shelter that day, and yeah, that was quite the climb. That was one of those climbs where I was just kind of dead at the end of it. In Trey Mountain Shelters, where I met Canvasback and YOLO, and I ended up seeing them again at Hostel around the bend. They're pretty cool guys. My stove broke at Low Gap; it just wouldn't work. So YOLO let me use his stove. He was awesome. I'll link his channel if I can. And yeah, that next day, I made it to. I woke up early that morning. That's the first time I had done hiking in the dark, and I made it to Dix Creek Gap so that I could go to the hostel around the bend. That's a pretty good time. Got cleaned up. Oh, got there before 11, which is pretty awesome. I was proud of myself for that. And the hostel stay was pretty cool. I got some good sleep, and I got a resupply in. So, good stuff. Oh, and they had guitars there, so I played a little bit. Saw Tom there. That's where I got my bag tag back. And, I don't know. That's just sweet of him to return it. That's nice. Also saw Woodchuck again there, and that's where I met Shade. Next morning, staying there, or next morning after staying there, me and Shade, I think, we hiked out around, I say morning time, but we hiked out around, it might have been 12:30, where we finally got to the other side of Dix Creek, and we did some good hiking that day. We got to, oh yeah. Georgia, North Carolina border. Signed. I don't know what that means, but focus. Got some pictures by there. I thought I was doing good hiking wise until I let Shade take the lead, and he totally smoked me and got to camp before me. Which we were both hiking in fog and in the dark. We got to Standing Indian Shelter. I think that was like a 15 or 16 mile day, but I was hiking for like an hour in the dark and fog, so my headlight was at the full brightness and was barely doing anything. So that's crazy. I was kind of scared. I heard screaming when I think I was like a half mile, a little under half mile away from the campsite. I heard screaming and yelling, and I was like, oh, Shade either got to camp or Shade just got killed, and I need to be ready. So I had my knife out, and I was ready to go ape shit on some people in camp. So yeah, there's that. But Shade was okay, and the people there were nice. Oh, I can't remember their. Willsey and Churchill, that's who we met there. They had a fire going as well. And Churchill had started this thing with 80 cigars. I kid you not, 80 cigars in his bag. And yeah, Willsey is just he's an older feller that was just, I think he's cruising miles pretty well. But Willsey or Churchill was just chilling. And yeah, cool folks. Shade rolled out earlier that morning than I did, and I hadn't seen him again. I got to, I didn't cruise too far that day. I got to Long Branch Shelter, and it was a lovely shelter. Good water source, double-decker shelter. I saw a mouse there. I took the upper deck of it. I was too scared to actually sleep out in the open, so I set my tent out on the top level so the mice couldn't get me, or at least I had a wall from the little poop mice. But did I tell you guys that I hate those things? I hate mice. But yeah, besides mice hatred, that was the best night of sleep that I had on the trail. Weather was perfect, and man, can't beat it. That was awesome. Long Branch Shelter, 5 stars. But oh yeah, that day I made it around 8 miles to Winding Stair Gap. Got picked up by Bobby and Franklin, or yeah, got picked up by Bobby and went to Franklin to get some trekking poles. And I got some KT tape there as well. And then we went and got food. It was an awesome time. Yeah. Moments like those make you love the trail. And after that, I hiked to Wine Spring Campsite. That was the most fed up I've been of hiking on this whole trip thus far. Yeah. The rest of that day kind of sucked. I actually got to see Siler Bald. Oh, where is it? Yeah, Siler Bald in, like, not covered in clouds. Because I did a trip years ago with Boy Scouts, and I went there, and basically through the knock and all that stuff. But I wasn't able to see it then. I finally got to see it, and it was really cool. Yeah, hiked up to Wine Spring Campsite, signed with registry box. I did not sign that. I don't know why, I just didn't feel like it. But yeah, it was cold. I didn't sleep very well. That was last night, I think. Then yeah, I hiked all this today, went to Wyabald, or went to Wyabald. Tower's cool. Very pretty view. About the same kind of view that I got from Siler, but it was awesome. Got to go eat lunch at Cold Spring Shelter. I remember that hike being a lot worse than it was. It wasn't bad. It's just a pretty good uphill grind. And got to see Westerwald climb up that tower. Last time I couldn't climb up it because it's storming. And I didn't want to get struck by lightning. Or, yeah, I think that was it. But saw the Westerwald Shelter. I remember last time I was out, I set my hammock up there. But this time, I was talking to my mom and brother in a call. And, yeah, that was good. That made me happy. And, yeah, this section sucked. It was horrible on my knees. And it went by pretty well. I hiked by, where was it? Around here, I think I saw this fella named Hayek the Hiker. I think that is his name. I think that is his trail name, Hayek. He said that he had seen Shade, and they had stayed at a hostel with him a couple days ago, so can't be too far from me. And maybe I'll see my friend again. I don't know. But neither here nor there. Made it to the knock, and well, that's where we are now. Let me show you guys a little bit of footage. Goot Shelter. First trail magic, beautiful human beings. Love these guys. Do.
Where are you going?
Today or total?
Total.
Maine.
Are you doing the whole thing?
Yes, sir.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
It's a long ways.
Yes, sir.
Hope you make it, bud. Be safe.
Thank you. Goodbye, Niels Gap. Aruga! Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous view. At Unicoi Gap, just figured out that my hiker tag is missing. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Still a little out of breath from that. That all in one take. Yeah, out of breath for sure. But this is the view from the top of Tray Mountain. Made it. Whew. Shelter bound. Leaving Tray Mountain Shelter. Starting a early morning hike. Hoping to make it to Dix Creek before lunchtime. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Sunrise over the mountains. Beautiful morning. Wonderful Snickers bar. Wait, enhance. Veins. Walking to around the bend. Excited. You running there, bud?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Walking in a cloud today. Not awful. Pretty good hiking. Rain isn't that bad. But yeah. Take a look at that right there. Pretty misty. About to make it in North Carolina. Pretty sweet. Feels surreal right now. It's just totally cloudy. No, it's sunny out. But it's beautiful and I love it. North Carolina is so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. It's so pretty. Welcome to North Carolina. Cheater. Isn't this spooky? Just a couple miles from Standing Indian Shelter. And this place looks like a graveyard. Lovely. This is fucked up. Hiking in the dark and, or excuse my language. This is a little messed up. Tried to push it for a shelter. Got a little bit under a mile left to go. But this is just ridiculous. The fog and the dark and the wet. This sucks. Be great when I'm having dinner though. All right, bye. Good climb. We're up here at Albert Mountain. I'm just a couple miles from camp and from hitting that 100-mile mark. So, woohoo! But here's the tower right here. Probably gonna go up. Beautiful view from Albert Mountain. Windy, up and down. Huge prescribed burn area I'm in right now. Been walking for probably a mile, maybe two, and I'm still seeing burn scars. This is awesome. Gnarly operation. Good job, boys. Swinging dick gap, huh? It sure is. Made it to Siler's Bald. This is quite the hike up. It's weird hiking without my pack. I slack packed it a little bit. But I don't feel guilty. It's not the trail. But yeah, up here on Siler's Bald. It's a beautiful view. Look at that. Oh, Made it to Wyatt Bald this morning, hoping to make it to the knock today. Good stuff. Here we go, Wyatt Bald. Having some breakfast. A little protein bar. Bartram Trail. Trash can. Tower. I can stop at Cold Spring Shelter for lunch. I'm gonna get back on the road, trying to make it to the knock. Awesome. Made it to Wester Bald right now on the old fire lookout tower. And got about 6.5 miles left to the knock. I reckon we're gonna make it today. Okay, cool. We're hiking down into the knock right now. Whew. Nearly a 20-mile day. I'm proud. I'm proud. Look at that. Look at that. Hey guys, just arrived at the NOC or Nantahala Outdoor Center or knock, but got myself a room, got me some ice cream, and got me some sun drop. This is an awesome evening. And look by the water.